Hey guys, Tony here. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to cover for you the basics of the wheel strategy. You guys hear us talking about this a lot on the evening live streams, how we utilize the wheel strategy to generate weekly income through options trading. And some of you wanted to know more information about it. This is not any sort of proprietary strategy. You can go Google the wheel strategy and read up more on it. But I wanted to provide you guys my viewpoint on the wheel, cover the basics for you. And there will be more wheel strategy content coming on this channel with some videos covering more of the topics on a deeper dive basis, as well as weekly wheel roundups where we talk about the successes we had in the previous week and what we are looking at doing next week. So if that is of interest for you and you're new here, be sure and hit the subscribe button and turn on the alerts so you don't miss future content. As we go through this video, remember that options trading is an advanced trading strategy, and you should carefully study options trading to determine if the risks involved with it are appropriate for your trading style and your portfolio. This video is not financial advice. It is an educational tool for those of you that want to learn more about the wheel strategy. And I'm always here as a resource. If you have questions, drop them down in the comments section below. Now let's talk about the basic steps of the wheel. We start out at the top of the wheel. We identify a stock that we would like to own, and we sell cash secured puts at a strike price that is lower than the current price of the stock. And by doing that, we get to generate immediate income. When you sell that cash secured put, that is money that goes into your account right then and there. If the stock trades flat and never goes down to your strike price, you just get to keep that income and then repeat the process again next week. If, however, the price of the stock goes down below your strike price, then you're going to buy those shares. You're going to be assigned, and you will have to buy 100 shares if you sold one contract. That's why it's important to make sure that you pick a strike price when you're selling your cash secured put. Pick a strike price that you're willing to buy the stock at were it to go down to that price. This process of selling cash secured puts could go on for quite some time, sometimes many weeks or months. But eventually the stock is going to take a dip. You're going to get assigned, and you're going to then own 100 shares of that stock. And then we move to step 2 on the wheel strategy. Down there in the bottom right-hand corner, this is where you own the stock, and then you start selling covered calls on the shares that you own. Again, every week when you sell a covered call, you're generating immediate income for yourself from that option premium. And you could repeat that for a long time, many weeks or months, generating weekly or monthly option premium income for your account until the point that the stock moves up and ends the week at a price that is above the strike price of those covered calls that you were selling. When that happens, your shares are going to be sold, and that gets you over into step 3 of the wheel. You picked a strike price on your covered calls that was higher than your basis, so you're going to have your shares taken away from you at a profit. And not only do you get to keep all of the covered call premium that you had generated, you are now making a profit selling those shares. And then you go back up to the top of the wheel and you start the process over. How many wheel strategies you are running on how many different tickers really is only limited by the price of the stock that you're looking at, how much cash you have in your account as collateral to sell those cash secured puts. And that is something that we should talk about for a second. If you're selling cash secured puts on a $6 stock and you have a $5 strike, that means you're agreeing to buy 100 shares at $5. And as long as the stock is trading over 5, you're not going to get assigned. You're just going to collect that weekly premium income. But were the stock to dip below $5 at the end of the week, you're going to need to buy 100 shares at $5. That is what you're agreeing to by selling that cash secured put. Even if the stock were to drop to $4.50 or $4 because of some bad news, by selling that cash secured put with a $5 strike, you are agreeing to buy 100 shares at $5. So you must have $500 cash in your account at all times. And your broker is not going to take that money away from you while you're running the wheel strategy. They're going to just hold it in your account and earmark it as collateral for the cash secured puts, meaning you'll still see it in your account, the cash, but you won't actively be able to use that money to trade on other tickers. I guess an easy way to summarize this and make it less confusing is you need to have the cash to buy 100 shares of the stock before you sell the cash secured puts. You get to keep that cash and keep on repeating the selling of the cash secured puts until the point that the stock drops and goes below your strike price. Then your cash will be used to buy the stock, and then you'll own the stock and your cash goes away. But now you have stock and you move on to step 2, selling covered calls. This video was just a very high level overview of what is the wheel strategy, why is it so powerful, and why do we call it our own ATM, our own money printer. You do need to understand more about trading options to run this strategy successfully if options trading is not something that you're used to doing. So be sure and check out my videos on selling cash secured puts and selling covered calls for a specific breakdown on how those two pieces of the wheel strategy work. And if you have any specific questions, drop them down in the comments below. In some further videos in this playlist on the wheel strategy, we're going to talk about more of the risks of running the wheel strategy. It has a lot of benefits, but there are risks that you need to be aware of before you start doing this. So keep an eye out for those videos. I'll be getting those out for you in the next couple days. You don't need to rush to start doing the wheel strategy on Monday. First, take a deep breath, take your time, and make sure you actually understand everything that we're talking about here, and even paper trade it for a few weeks or a few months. Make sure you really have a good grasp of the fundamentals of what we're talking about here before you start deploying your own capital, your own cash into utilizing this strategy. I want to thank you for watching. Let me know again if you have any questions down below in the comments. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see ya on the next video.